Okay. So let's start with your introduction.
Okay. Sir, my name is Yamini Sharma and I belong to Meerut, Uttar Pradesh. I have done my schooling and my graduation from my hometown itself. I am a BA graduate in Sociology, Economics and Political Science. Here I live in joint family with my father, brother, uncle and my grandparents. My hobbies include spending time with my father and doing indulge in e-window shopping and creating like making some DIY items out of any waste material available with me.
Uh, Give me some examples, like what do you create with the waste, or which waste do you use?
Sir, like I have some ribbons or anything from my any waste that I have from my files of schools that I have prepared, which are of no use now. So I have some wool kept in my house. So from that I have made wind chime, some earrings for me. I uh, redesigned my old footwear. So that is what I do with the
So, do you
materials.
find any scalability in this which you do like by yourself, or do it yourself? Do you find any scalability? Can we make it as a business plan, or do you have any idea, or have you ever thought of doing it in a big scale?
No, sir. I did not think of doing it on a big scale as I pursue it as my hobby. But there are many startups today that are working in this direction only. Like one of the startups I know, I read about was it collected the old garlands of flowers and from the religious institutions, and it used to make agarbattis out of it. So that is how the waste material is also being um, recycled, and it also contributes in the economic production of our country. So yes, sir.
Okay. So, what do you think? Like, if we'll boost, if you want to boost such initiatives, what government should do?
Do in this direction.
Tell me.
Yes, sir. What is
Like
your
if you,
question
the question
exactly?
is, if government wants to boost it, such
Hmm.
initiatives, such organizations, such entrepreneurial ventures, then what government should do?
Hmm. Okay. So, sir, government is already running some initiatives for the startups. Like it has started the Mudra Yojana for providing collateral-free loans to the small and medium
That is for
enterprises.
all kind of
Secondly,
startups, no?
it can
Yeah,
okay
I'm
for the waste.
specifically talking about similar startups that you were talking about, from
Okay.
waste to some product.
Okay. So, sir, I think the government can um, make guidelines for the trust which are attached with some religious institutions to not waste uh, the products that are coming that people um, that people give there in the temples. Secondly, the government can tie up with the NGOs which work in this direction. The NGOs can go and collect the waste from be it domestic waste any kind of or any kind of um, um, other waste which can be recycled and give it to the startups or the entrepreneurs so that they can use it in a judicial way. For example, the domestic waste can be used to can be given to such entrepreneurs which can make manure out of it, which can be used in the agricultural production of our
Okay,
country as well.
Yami,
Uh,
you have been preparing for UPSC.
Yes, sir.
What's your take on UPSC? Like you are leaving that preparation now, you want to join for an post graduation program.
Hmm.
What would you suggest to the people who would like to go for an UPSC, go for preparing UPSC exams after their graduation?
Okay. Sir, firstly, I believe there are many issues related to the civil service preparation. First, being the societal pressure, like people don't want to in the current society. People don't want to see anyone sitting at their homes after completing their graduation. They just want a degree and then a job, uh, be it maybe they are skilled or not skilled for the job. Secondly, the pressure that a UPSC aspirant should know everything under the sky. This pressure confuses, or this pressure on the aspirant is uh, sometimes becomes a problem in the journey for concentrating on the syllabus. Uh, there are some issues related to the UPSC preparation. But if someone really wants to be the part of the bureaucracy, then he or she should rely on certain uh, groups of people who really understands them and who can motivate them, because this is a really tiring journey, and anyone can be impatient. So that is what I could suggest to anyone who would prepare for UPSC.
Hmm. And why did you leave the preparation?
Okay. Sir, while preparing for UPSC, I got a chance to connect with an NGO, and there I worked for the development of underprivileged children, where we not only focused on their education, we focused on providing them the basic etiquettes, or the which can be helpful in their personality development, which is not really focused upon in the government schools they go into. From there, I desired to work further in this field, and I believed in that. When I started exploring the alternatives, then I came across the development studies program, and I found that the program can provide me the professional skills to pursue my dream, uh, to work in this sector, and it can also help in the career.
What
It
professional
can also
skills you
help
are
in my
talking
career
about?
progression.
What's
Sorry, sir.
professional school you are talking about?
Okay. Sir, the academic knowledge that I will be learning during the course, the theories of development, how can we, firstly, the problems and then the solutions towards the developmental issues of our country, like poverty and urbanization. Uh, and secondly, the experiential learning that I will be getting through internships during the course, it will allow me to know the ground realities of mainly the rural India, which can help me further in uh, which can help me further engage with the administrative mechanisms or any development oriented organization.
Yeah. And what do you have? Like, what skill or what capability right now do you have, which you find will be in fit or will be in sync of your future for your future goals
Okay.
or studies also?
Yes, sir. Sir, I believe that I am a quick learner, and I am eager to learn. I'm curious to learn various things from various perspectives, which the course provides me. Secondly, I believe I am sympathetic for the vulnerable communities of the country, as I said that I work for the NGO where I from where uh, my desire came to work for the children of our country. So
Yeah.
these are the skills I
So
believe.
you have studied economics while you were preparing for UPSC.
Yes, sir.
So can you tell me about, or can you brief about Indian economy?
Okay. Yes, sir. Indian economy has gone through um, various hurdles and achievements in the past till future. Um for example, in the early stage of the economy, when we just got the independence, we mainly our main focus was on the food security and the agricultural production. So the 5-year plans that were formulated that time were mainly focused on these issues to be self-reliant. And now as we see after the 1991 economic policies of liberalization, privatization, and globalization, and the dynamic changes that occur in the world. Today, the economy of India is heading toward indigenization and more manufacturing in the country, and it is promoting more startups, more
What do we understand?
intellectual
What do you mean by liberalization?
liberalization. Okay, sir, liberalization basically meant the removal of tariffs or the duties so that the market can be more liberal and other parties can invest in our country. Uh, Earlier, we had a closed economy, but after liberalization, we had an open economy.
So I could not get it. Matlab, what exactly liberalization is?
Sir, liberalization is basically in the very basic terms, I can define it like removal of the quota, the permit system, which earlier used to be in the economy. The entrepreneurs to enter in the market need to go through a process which was later removed after liberalization.
Okay, so from where that open and closed economy came into this picture?
From where? Sorry, sir.
You were talking about the after LPG reforms, India become open economy. Earlier, it was closed economy.
Okay.
So
Okay.
how liberalization helps in or did that?
Yes, sir. Sir, before the foreign investments were not allowed in our country. That is why I said that our economy was a closed economy. But after being part of globalization, we started importing and exporting goods from our country, and we allowed foreign investments in our country. Uh, that is how it became an open economy after the LPG reforms.
Okay. So when we were talking earlier, there was a debate that should we open the retail industry 100% for foreign players or not. Can you explain this statement? Like, what were the discussion and what was the key concern in that discussion? Should we open the retail market for foreign player? Because you said that India was liberalized in the year 1991, and now we are
Yes, sir.
talking about retail entry of foreign players in retail market. So,
Okay.
what is that? Like, what is the debate in that?
Sir, the country believed that later some certain experts believe that it would hinder the domestic producers of our country because the competition would be more, and our domestic producers cannot compete with the foreign players with the market made with the machine made goods of the foreign countries. That is why also India has not yet joined the uh, RCEP program, that is for the regional cooperation of that is for the regional cooperation on economy. Um, this was the basic reason that that
Okay,
the
so
country was reluctant.
let me suggest you one thing here. In 1991,
Yes, sir.
when this LPG reform happened,
Yes, sir.
our finance minister then, Manmohan Singh, did this thing very
Yes,
smartly.
sir.
He did not open all the economy at once. He put
Hmm.
some cap on many different industries to keep
Okay.
our national companies in competition. So, so, so for four wheelers, they opened the economy at that time only, but still kept
Hmm.
a restriction that some percentage of uh, auto spare parts should be made in India only. So he tried, or he made sure that Indian companies would also thrive with this reform. So like in motorbike industry,
Okay.
he just kept a cap of 20%. Like foreign player can only invest 20% money in Indian venture. For 80%, they will have to find out Indian player. Similarly,
Okay.
for retail,
Hmm.
it was like earlier it was not a sector, identified sector. Later, when it got identified, it was planned that let give the foreign player 100% stake in the retail market, but also tell they should sell 70% of their product from the Indian manufacturer.
Okay.
Remember,
Okay, sir.
there are many such complexity was there, but in general, outside the academic world, we just talk
Hmm.
about should we do it or should we not,
Okay, sir.
because politician makes us to think into that line only.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
try to read
Thank
about
you.
this reform or LPG reform, that how it did happen, how Manmohan Singh made sure, because at that time only many other countries has opened their economy, and all those economies are now dependent on entirely on the developed nations economy, but India is still exist, still lead in many of the industry in its country. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. I will read.
You should get, you should get, go and check this. And
Okay.
now,
Yes, sir. Sure.
now if we talk about development of Indian economy, what are the major
Hmm.
challenges that you see in Indian economic development?
Indian economic development. Okay. So, sir, the first challenge that I see is uh, till now the major part of the population is dependent upon the agriculture sector, and but the major part of GDP uh, constitutes the service sector. This shows that uh, the policies are not that much implemented or that much focused upon the agriculture sector, uh, which is a source of livelihood for many people in the country. First challenge is this. Second, the manufacturing sector of our country. In the early years of our development, we didn't focus on the manufacturing in our country much, and that is why we became more dependent upon the imports. Like for the edible oil, today we are 98% of our edible oil consumption is from the imports from Indonesia and Thailand. Uh, Thirdly, third challenge that I see is the um, policy formulation. In the policy formulation, for example, there are delays in the for example, there is very hurry now in the parliamentary sessions. For example, the farm laws that were implemented in the recent past, and later it was withdrawn by the government because of the but after so much chaos that has happened in the country, that could be avoided if proper debates would be done in the parliament before implementing the law. So these are some challenges which I believe.
So all those challenges that you are talking is very difficult to deal also. So what's your scope will be once you do this course? And how will you contribute in development when all the challenges that you were talking about is very difficult and very national level based on national level policies and flaws. So what difference will you make by doing this course?
Okay. So, sir, firstly, the academic knowledge that I will be getting through this course, I will be knowing about the theories of development. I will be knowing about the social problems at large and also the innovative solutions to tackle those problems. Secondly, through the internships or through the field exposure that will be provided, I will be getting a chance to interact with the uh, grassroots level people, with the people at grassroots level and the institutions there, like what are their demands and what are their problems which they face in their day-to-day life. And then uh, if I got a chance to and then in the later phase of my life, when I get a chance to be a part of such organizations, it will be helpful. There, uh, the interaction and the academic learning will
Okay,
help
okay,
me
Yamni, last
in.
question for you. How good you
Okay.
are at reading? Like, how frequently do you read? What do you read?
Sir, I'm not a good. I do not pursue reading as my hobby, but
But this
I
course
have
will
read just.
this course will heavily dependent upon the readings, and you will have to read
Yes, sir.
books, papers, journals, and reading notes every time. Like the entire knowledge creation process of this course is through books only.
Yes,
Not
sir.
but a major contribution of the knowledge will be coming through books only. If you're not a avid reader, how you will do good in this course?
Sir, gaining the academic knowledge, reading books is very much important, and I do read my academic books, but I do not get time to read any other books other than my course. So in the course or in the program also, I will read the books that will be providing me
Okay,
the
have you read
learning.
any book based on economics or economic theory or development or national economy? Any from such topic? Have you read
um
any book?
no, sir, I just relied on NCRT,
Okay,
so I
and do you
didn't
have
read any
any
more.
idea about recent books or any book that you know that it has been published in this regard, and I will read someday as a type which do you have
Yes,
any
sir. One book is in my mind. Yes, sir. One recent book is in my mind. I do not remember the publisher name. Sorry, sir. But the book named Indian Economy from Nehru to Modi, that I'm looking forward to read.
okay, and who have written it?
Sir, I sorry, sir. I do not
You don't
remember the
remember the
author's name.
writer's name also. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Chalo, thank you. Thank you very much.